Hey, afternoon. I just getting up and um, let me get myself together. Um, so, what I need to do, hold on a second. Let's get myself together. Let's see. Today I am making this report or making this video um, to discuss a police report that I got from Roswell Police Department. I don't know if it came from Roswell Police Department, but that's what it says. I got it this morning at about 6:30, 6:45, and I don't know who would be in the department working that early, but because typically they don't open till 8 o'clock, but nevertheless, I got this morning. And yesterday morning, I got a redacted report, and all of the names were scratched out except for one person that I don't even know. Their name is not even in the report, or they're not in the report, and I don't even know who they are. And it's definitely not the lady's name that was there. It's misspelled. And then they have it as a man. So, and it was, unless it's somebody that the police staged, I'm sure they staged it in the report for a reason, but it doesn't say why the person is on the report. And normally, if their name is on the report, it'll say how they're in relation to the incident, and it doesn't say that. So, what I'm trying to do is I sent myself the report so that I could read it online, and I don't have it. Let's see. Inbox. No. It should have come to me, but it didn't. Okay. So, um, I did just get um, an insanity message from law enforcement. It is about what they try to do. Okay, it says address not found. So how am I able to send out? It's too much for me to try to get my Outlook together when it's staged, just like I'm sending mail out but can't get mail in, and then it's just one long number, and I can't ever figure out, okay, why is it just not my email goes out? It's just so weird. But let's see. Um, okay, I will figure This is like so weird. If that's my Outlook, then why can't I get mail into it? I just switched with another phone. All right, so um, all right, so I didn't want to stare at this phone this long, but let's just go through it. So let's go through the report and let me highlight problem. All right, let's do the report. Investigation report. The date says 5/22/2004 at 13:16 Wednesday. Case number 2405, which is 2024 in May, and then 000881. And it says this is a hotel motel incident zone 2, and it happened at 10990 West Side Parkway. The victim is Crystal Ketchup, myself, age 47. I can't believe they got that right. Black female, relationship to offender, IRU. I've seen that on the tag before. Law give me that when they say they raped me already. I don't care about that. They rape slaves all the time. IRU, they use that all the time, so I don't know why they put that on here. Um, It says employer DoorDash. I'm not a dasher. They never put a phone number on here ever because the time is always changing and the cell phone is always changing. So they never, ever, ever, ever put a phone number on a police report. If it is something about the phone number, gonna be wrong. Prefix something. So they don't have no phone number on here because they don't want no time and phone number attached. What they did put on here is a DoorDash delivery driver. So I gave her the benefit of doubt and said, well, maybe she put DoorDash delivery driver because when I got a ticket in Roswell in 2020, I was a dasher. So maybe the police, that was still in the computer. But no, then it would be a phone number there. So no, that's not what happened. But we'll get to the rest of it. And then they have a name on here of a male. It doesn't give his age at all. Maybe that's a son that they've given me or a child, but it has no name. And then it says that um, it's code 77 for sexual assault kit and a urine sample. And then it says an incident investigation report. And it says on May 22nd, 2024, at approximately 1900 hours, Officer Chandler, was dispatched to 1099 West Side Parkway, Home 2 Suites, in reference to a past rape. Upon my arrival, I made contact with the victim, Crystal Ketchup, who stated on Friday, 5/17, she was on the 85 bus. Crystal stated that she missed the bus stop she was supposed to get off at and ending up getting off at the bus stop that was near 1099 West Side Parkway, Home 2 Suites. When Crystal entered the premises of the hotel, she made contact with the male individual who was staying in room 327. This is semi-wrong, but it's okay. I didn't make contact with him. He was not there yet. I made contact with the black male that was pretending to be me from Africa or wherever that owns the Ace 2 hair business. So they intentionally left him all out of the equation because he is me. She was staying in room 327 for a wedding. The male who was staying in room 327 for a wedding. The male individual got Crystal a room at the hotel for the night. The room number she stayed at was room 405. Crystal stated that she did not pay for this room and that she checked out of the room on Saturday, 5/18. In the morning time, Crystal's advised that Friday night and throughout the day on Sunday, she hung out with the male that got her room and other members of the wedding party. Perfect. Still didn't mention the ace guy, but it's okay. Crystal stated that approximately 2300 hours to 00 hours. I kind of don't like how she put that she made contact with the male, because that looks like you got off the hotel to go meet the guy and they already say I'm a prostitute for $25. So I just, but for the most of it, the gist of it is about right. Crystal stated that at approximately 2300 hours to 00 hours, she and others from the wedding party were hanging out in the outside seating area of the hotel when a male that went by Adam Tyrone joined everyone. Crystal stated that eventually the wedding party went up for the night, and it was just Crystal, Adam Tyrone, and another female, Adam Tyrone, and another female. Adam Tyrone told Crystal that he was out of cigarettes and that he needed to get some. Crystal stated that the other female that was sitting with them outside said that she would drive, but said female was too drunk to drive. Adam Tyrone decided to order an Uber to the racetrack. Crystal stated that the Uber arrived at approximately 0300 hours. Crystal advised that the Uber driver was a muscular black male driving a cream in color four-door Cadillac sedan. I didn't say it was cream. It wasn't cream. The Uber driver took Crystal and Adam Tyrone to the racetrack on Alpharetta Highway and Hembry Road, which is not the one I put in to go to, where he put in to go to. It was literally one within walking distance, and he was a coward, didn't want to walk because he's a rapist. Crystal said that Adam and Tyrone did not get any items. Crystal stated that Adam Tyrone did not get any items on the racetrack, but told her to get whatever she wanted. Crystal bought M&Ms, fruit, and a core water. Well, she don't have core water. She just got in a water bottle. Okay, so I'm trying to think if I should explain this narrative as I go or wait. Let me just keep reading. Then it says, Crystal stated that the same Uber driver brought her and Adam Tyrone back to the two hotels at Home 2 Suite hotels at approximately 0400 hours. Crystal and Adam Tyrone went straight to his room 417. Once in the hotel room, Adam and Tyrone told Crystal that she could take a shower and put her things away. Crystal stated that she took a shower, and once out of the shower, she ate the fruit and drank the water from the bottle that was brought at the racetrack. Crystal got into the bed and she started feeling groggy and dizzy. Adam Tyrone also got into the bed with Crystal, even though he said he would sleep on the couch. Crystal stated that Adam Tyrone started forcing himself on her and that she kept telling him no. After a couple of minutes, Crystal said that she passed out. Crystal woke up and she found Adam Tyrone trying to have sex with her. Crystal attempted to fight Adam Tyrone off of her, but she passed out again. When she woke up again at approximately 1000 hours, she noticed that her middle fingernail on her right hand was broken off. Crystal also stated that the pants she was wearing before had a hole in them. Crystal said that Adam Tyrone was being different in the morning that she was not before. Adam Tyrone was being hostile towards Crystal and telling her that she needs to shower and leave his room. Crystal showered and then left room 417 in the premises of the hotel. Crystal advised that on Monday, 5/20, she noticed vaginal discomfort and discharge. After speaking with hotel cleaning staff, one of the hotels stated that on Sunday morning, while cleaning room 417, that there was what appeared to be blood and another foreign substance of the sheets and pillowcase. Crystal's clothing from the night of 5/18/2024, the sheets, pillowcase from room 17, and the water bottle and drink was taken for evidence. Roswell CID was notified. Detective Bennett and Detective Smith arrived and took over the investigation. All interactions were recorded on my department issued body cam. So the next thing in this is to get the body cam to see what has been edited. It's been edited because the live video from the scene, I went live because I need recording. I know that agents are going to watch my live. Even if they watch it only to edit it, they're going to watch it. So I needed it to be recorded 2 ways. And so that's the whole purpose of me going live. It's really, so let me just start from the beginning here and let's see what discrepancies I found out. So the first discrepancy is going to be the employment and the phone number. It's not there. The second is going to be the live footage that I actually recorded 2 ways. I was on my tablet, and I believe I was also recording on my phone to do it. So that is going to be. Now, let me jump around here a little bit, but I'm going to start from the beginning. So at the beginning, they only have Chandler as the officer, but it was 4 officers on the scene. Now, let's start and do this hotel scene from the beginning. So when I arrived at 517, this was a whole setup, a whole operation going on that leads to this. And it's not just this. So I have to tell the whole story. So the night of 517, I got on I think it was the 85 or the 87 bus, whichever 85, which one goes to, actually, it doesn't go to the hospital. So I had to get on the 87 because whichever one that goes to whatever one that goes to Wellstar Hospital. See, this is good. This is why talking this out lets me link. On the night of that incident, I wanted to go to Wellstar Hospital. If I go to Wellstar Hospital, that is going to be the 87 bus, I think. So it's the 87 and 85, but it's going to be, or the 85. If I got on 85, then I could have just went to Wellstar. So I had to be on the wrong bus, 87 or 85. Either way, the bus that was intended to go to Wellstar did not go to Wellstar. They said that bus was not coming. So that means that Marta was in on the operation. So we know she's going to be in this area. We need to get her over here by Hilton 2 Suites. Now, I had to clash the party because the girl was already there to be me, but we're not going to get there yet. That just came out because it had to come out. So I'm on the bus, and it was 85 or 87, and Marta, being so diligent in their efforts in this operation, took me over by the Hilton Suites Hotel. The man that drove the bus was very skinny, about 45 to 53 years of age. I think he wore glasses, but he was very slim, and he was very, very, very mean. I mean, very mean. I asked him, could he show me, because it was the wrong route. And so I said, can you show me? I want to go to Wellstar, Hospital Boulevard. So can you show me where I could get off to walk, where I'm not going to walk so far, or whatever. And he was like, I don't know where the route is. I don't know where. Asking me all them questions. I mean, he was very, very rude and mean. So I just seen him flying, and he was going about 90 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour at least in that bus, trying to get somewhere they told him to go. So I was afraid at this time that he was going to go straight up into Roswell, where that lady took a break at with me on the bus and left the bus. She left the bus and left the area and went somewhere for 20 minutes and came back. The lady was nowhere in sight. So, quite sure she went to an ATM. But either way, the lady, I thought that he was going to take me out there. See, if you going on the 187 or the 185, you could go straight up by my favorite place that I haven't been yet. What is it called? The rich area on the left with all the pretty lights and the movie theater. Any other time it'll be on my mind. Today I can't even think of it. Um, but you go out there, and it is it's a Chick-fil-A a little bit further down, and then it's the big area. Gosh, what the name of it is. But anyway, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. But you go out there, and it's a little bit up around that corner. They go into a little roundabout, and they come out, but it's dark. It's nothing back there. No businesses are open. I don't even know why it's still on the route when it gets dark, because no one is ever there. And obviously everyone that works in those buildings have a car. I've never seen them pick up anyone there. So I don't even know why it's on there. I just always said this must be somewhere that they got you staged to work, because I don't understand why they would come here, and almost everybody takes a break here. So regardless of that, I was thinking that he was going to go there, and I was like, this is Marta. You need to get off of this bus with this clown going this fast, and he's going to take you to the dark, and he's going to take a break and possibly leave you. And what are you going to do? So you need to get off the bus, because you've done the most. And it was a lot going on at that time. So I'm thinking safety first, get off the bus. So I got off the bus at near where the right across from the hotel suites hotel. He was passing, and they just happened to have a light or a light there, and he slowed down, and I said, I'll get off right here. I got off right there, and I walked over to the hotel suites. I seen that the back of their hotel was open. And so I said, I'm going to go sit here and figure it out until somebody either tells me to leave, or until 4 when I could get back on the bus. One of the two. I was fully awake. I got there and walked around, and I saw the guy from the second floor hotel, a black male, kind of looks like a rapper, was on the second floor in the hotel 2 window facing the road. He was facing the road. He had on a jogging suit and like some jogging pants, and he had on like black Spanx, like that you work out in, and tennis shoes. And he came downstairs, and we met at the same time. So this corroborates with her report. So as if, oh, this is coming together so beautifully as I talk this out. That's why he met me like that. I didn't think of it. Yep, this is an operation. So he met me like this. I come up to the hotel. He comes downstairs, and we are just like this. We met at the same time. So this is why she said, and she, what the word that she used? She, what's the police word that she used? Made contact. Love it. With the male. See, she's being deceptive right there. That's not the same male that I made contact with, and that's not the same male that was at the party. So now I'm starting to put together a whole different scenario of what actually happened during that time I was at this hotel. So I get to the hotel, and once I get to the hotel, the guy comes out, and he's in workout gear. We're over the fire. I'm sitting there, and he says, yeah, I'm here waiting on somebody to come. Somebody got married today, friends of mine, and I'm waiting to give them a gift. So he had a nice bottle of wine and sitting there, and a black, very nice bag, shopping bag with Ace name on it or whatever. And he told me what he did and this, that, and the other, and that he was at the hotel on business, blah, blah, blah. And we started talking, and he was very charming. And so then after about 5 minutes or so of talking to him, then another male came up, and this male had on like a white t-shirt and some pants, and he was like your average like weed seller looking dude, kind of dude. And then they came up, and then he was like, "Yeah, so come on." And then he was like, "Yeah, man, where's the wedding party?" And he was like, "My niece coming." And a younger girl came and a younger guy. And then it was now five of us. It was the guy that was there first. It was the next guy with the white t-shirt on and the khaki pants, looked like he just got out. And then he smelled really, really good. And then that smell changed. I swear to God, by 4 o'clock in the morning, it was a crack smell. And that same smell that Brandy Reed used to have, he had it. So they wanted it to look like she liked the smell of crack, because they took that, they changed the whole, that was not the same t-shirt with that Macy smelling cologne on it that man had on a few hours later that smelled like nothing but straight crack, like he was at the factory. So I went to, we started talking. So everybody started talking. And then during the course of the night, the married couple went off. They left. Supposed to have been, went upstairs. See, they were playing a head game. They were gaslighting and they were in operation. So the couple said, "We going upstairs and go to bed." Like we at another hotel. So then the dude that was out there stayed, and then another lady joined the party that was being me. She had on the wig that I have over here. I should get the wig for evidence. Yep, and for physical clarification. All right. So this is the wig that the lady had on. Let's see. This is it right here. So I don't know whether they went and found her one, because they took me to the store to buy this one. So I don't know whether she went and actually got this out of my storage, because U-Haul does let people come in my storage whenever they need access. And let's see. So this is the wig, and this is the band of what she pretended to have on. So this is the band that goes around it, and this is what the wig looks like. And mine's is not nappy on the ends. She, on the other hand, her wig was very nappy and very matted on the ends, and so that's how they like me to look. And she was heavy set, and she had like a lot going on, but that's what apparently they wanted me to look like. And she was an alcoholic, and in time, and even stated that on multiple occasions. And then throughout the time that I met her, but she was funny, and so she had a personality, which is, that was another extension of me. So all of these people are playing extensions of these profiles that the law has created, and so this is why they were there to do an operation. Apparently, I clashed the party. So when I got there, like I said, so now we got 6 people out there. It's me, it's the ace dude with the hair thing. It is the dude that was there. What the name did he give me? Was it Travis, or he gave me a name. I didn't want to use the name that he gave me. I didn't even want to say it, because I knew that the name that he gave me didn't go with him. And I knew that the name that he gave me went somewhere else. See, they give you information that they want you to have. That information that they're giving you is to confuse you. They're not giving you nothing that the law is giving you is right. Everything they're giving you is wrong. If somebody pull up outside and say their name is Bill, that's not Bill. Bill is swapping with Bill that's in Toronto, and they got this house switched, and the Wi-Fi is got you in Canada. So when Bill pull up, it is a Bill in Canada, and it is a girl that's swapping to be with you up there. So when Bill pull up, Bill is also pulling up in Canada. So you're swapping. So if he saying your name Bill, then you gonna write in your notebook, you met Bill that day. Good. We said you met Bill too. You met him in Canada. You were getting ounces of cocaine. That's not what was going on. So that's the way to work. So the dude is talking to, we're all talking, and I didn't have nowhere to stay. So when we got upstairs to the hotel, the wedding party, no, before we got up there, we all talking and they hanging outside. And so the girl says that is pretending to be me. We're all talking, and the dude says the same thing that was said on Saturday night. He didn't have no cigarettes. This was the reason to let's go make a receipt and let's get seen in the public and let's take her away from the hotel. I left my stuff there. When I came back, they had done went in it and my stuff was wet. I don't even know why my stuff was wet because it wasn't in a position to be. But I didn't want to take the suitcase, and I really didn't care about nothing was in it at that time. So, and you really can't stop the law from going in your stuff when they want to go in it. That's just not a headache I'm prepared to take on. So I just said, go ahead and whatever. I went to the store. We walked to the racetrack right by the hotel, which is 0.3 miles away, maybe less, like 3 minutes tops. You are there. It was 2 white boys in the parking lot, looked like they were in the country. So maybe we were in Alabama or like some other place. It wasn't Atlanta because they were out there very country with no shirts on. They were like out there like rednecks. No shirts on, the kind of white people that come from the trailers with the messed up tattoos going up their arms that like they draw out of their highness. It was those kind. No shirt on, and one of them looked like he could not stand me. Like if they gave him the opportunity, he was down with whatever we gonna do to this pickaninny. So he was out there. Another white one was out there, and they are talking. So I kept going because they had some rap music playing, and I just eased my way on into the store out of the conversation because I felt the vibes from the non-nigger lover and the black boy. I didn't want to be in no kind of look like you up here to buy dope or anything to get high from. So I kept it moving because they will put me in that scenario any opportunity they get. So I moved from there, went on in the store. He said, get whatever you're going to get. And so he didn't buy nothing either that night, I don't think. If he did, I wasn't paying attention because I walked off. It was another white man. They was up there doing DoorDash. It was a white man up there with brown hair, kind of fat, looked like Ronald McDonald a little bit. He was up there. They had multiple people up there hanging out. This is a free time for everybody to go to the store. Let's get gas, snacks, beer. It's the weekend. You know, Crystal is coming, and we got her card, and everybody, let's go shop. So that's what they were up there doing. They were door dashing, they were picking up stuff, and they were meeting, and they were staging people at the store. So while we was at the store, he gets a call. His call that he's getting is connected. So they're building this is turning into a jackpot location. So he's at the store. He says he gets a call. And it's his sister that says they need to go to the hotel to check on the same 2 married people that were just in the lobby. So I said, I thought you said they was in the went upstairs. They not at the same hotel. No, I did, but they had another hotel. They didn't want to be there. So I'm looking at him like, this is weird. And I was like, y'all just go ahead and go. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to go. He was like, no, please go. So we went around there, Roswell police was staged there already. Now, when I pulled up and seen, was it two cars of Roswell police with the lights off, nobody in with hats on, and like you, when police pull up, they turn their lights on. This is official business, so they turn their lights on and all this stuff because they're recording. Nope, they had all that stuff turned off. So as soon as I seen that, and seen that the police talking too long, and seen that the police is real, I said, oh my God, these people done pulling me around this corner. And my stuff is at the hotel, and they is over here staging at another hotel. And the girl was up there getting upset, just like I did about my hotel stay at the hotel that I stayed at. Was it May the 5th or May the 6th? I think it was what was the name of that hotel? It was over there by Hammond's Drive. I stayed in the hotel, and they put the mattresses on them that somebody had defecated on. They put that on the bed. And so that's what that was. So long story short, she was swapping. They were swapping. And they were pretending to have just gotten married and had a son there, and that they had paid for a week at the hotel and did not like the money. So they had me in that area. They stayed over there staging and talking for about 30 to 45 minutes, which is apparently too long. Police are not going to advocate for no money for no hotel back, especially once the hotels say they're not giving it and they want you off the property. Police is not going to go past that. They don't even have jurisdiction to go past that because it's a civil matter and not a criminal matter. So the only thing the police going to do is de-escalate the situation and come out and tell you what your rights are and what the hotel rights is. And if you done paid and don't want to stay here, you got a right to leave, but we can't make the hotel give you your money back. This is what you can do, and whatever, blase, woo, woo. Especially once you took possession of the room and your stuff in it, and I've been in it for a couple of hours or so. The hotel police is not going to get involved in that. They have too much stuff to do, and they lazy and don't want to work anyway, and that's not what they're going to do. So when I seen that them police is really going to bed, I said, they not white, they black, and they look all the way black. So this is all wrong. This is all the way staging. Now, if they was white and was in a nice S-Class or in a Range Rover, and they wouldn't even be here. But let's just say by default they was from out of town and they was white and they had looked like they had money, then the police would go that extra mile. But not for no black people, not in Roswell, and you look black. So no, something is going on here. So all of my antennas are up saying something is not right in this situation. Just stay here and don't go over there to take no pictures in this environment. None. Because that is exactly what they're doing. They are staging because these police are talking too much, and ain't nobody got no dash cams on and ain't no lights on, and everybody out here talking in the dark. This is weird. Police don't do that. And even if they do pull up and turn their car off, they don't. They just don't. They run the hell out of them people's gas. They don't turn off nothing ever. Police don't ever turn their car off, even when they be off duty. They leave it on to the next time they come to work. They just be burning up gas. They don't care. They don't ever turn them cars off. So the fact that they was out there when both of the people ain't got no lights on and no cars, no hats, no nothing, just out there, I'm not finna fool with around with this. Let me help and get back to this hotel. Got back to the hotel, went upstairs to the room. Now we got a little celebration going on. So we got to talking. It came out in the conversation because they kept asking, and I don't want to tell a lie. Do you guys want to stay? I said no. They said, well, you could chill here. You could chill with us the whole weekend. Whole time we here, you here. So that was invitation. I was just going to blend in until the next day or see how I vibe. I just need to get to the morning. So the dude that was with me left and went. They said they were going to Waffle House. They went to Waffle House. The dude that was driving was named, what was his name? That boy's name? Christian? Nico? No, Nico was the grandbaby. They changed everybody's name there. Everybody had somebody's name from the family. And they said that they went to Waffle House. I think his name was Christian or something like that. Christian or Chris or some. He was somebody, the driver of that van. They was in the same gray van, which they say is mine. They was in that same gray van, and they said that he was going. They were going to Waffle House. Him and the uncle that I was with. So they went to Waffle House. The dude came back and put a key on the sofa and said, "This is how I do things." And I was like, "Oh, oh, oh." And I got happy and I went to the room 405, checked into, got into the room with the key. And they had me walking there by myself so they could take pictures of me by myself, like you're in the hotel room by yourself. So I already know I'm going to play a game. I already know all of that. So I'm fully, I'm not finna sleep outside. So this is the hotel room. So God protect me from any receipts and anything like that, especially when he was like, my daddy works up here, something like that. Been working for a lot of years. Nope, that's the lady named Marie that I've been there for 20 some years. And this is why I get all these discounts. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I already know that this is receipts. So that's just the least common thing that they're making. Let's move into the next phase. So get there. I done fell asleep. It's about 4:30. He knocks on the door. I let the dude in. So when he got in, he tried to have sex. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. And he was like, all right, cool. The next morning, he was like, I'm glad I didn't because I'm in a committed relationship, blah, blah, blah. But in the between of now and then, I had the same fallout experience as I had with the dude in 417. The same thing happened, almost exactly the same. So nothing in my mind says that I wasn't even raped by him. It's just that when I got up, I didn't feel strange. I didn't have nothing, no pain, nothing was broken. All I had was that thought. But everything that happened with him, less the physical attributes of the dude in 417, happened the exact same way in 405. So they were together and in operation in cahoots on this night and the day after, because it happened the exact same way. I fell asleep and woke up saying, and they are like, both of them, I don't know what the deal is with the rectum, but they were trying to get in there, like that, put something in there. And that's what was reported to the police back in December of 2020. I said that the dude put something in my rectum and it was like a powder. They're putting substances in there that get to your veins faster for punishment for talking. So in the course of the whole process of the whole, so after that whole situation go on, the next thing was getting to the hotel. I am woke up the next morning and we talked, took a shower, and he was like, well, I did. And then he was like, yeah, I'm glad we didn't do anything, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm gonna go out. I gotta go out and do something. Um, I gotta go out and do something, and I gotta go meet with somebody about a job. He said he was going to Kennesaw. Ding, ding, ding. So I already knew that. So I said, okay. So I went upstairs. I left the room, but he said, don't close the room, leave the room door open, which I thought was weird. Even when I came back upstairs, like to check, the door was still like that. I thought that was weird. Weird. If you checked out, you checked out. So who else is coming in this room to play? Because you said leave the door open. So in that process of doing all of that, left the door open. I went downstairs and I sat down. I seen his sister and them. I went upstairs. I sat downstairs a minute ago. They were just like coming and going. And when I called on the phone that morning, I called down there to see if they had any yogurt because I just woke up in the mood for yogurt. And they said they did not have any. But, or did she say they had some? No, she put the phone on hold and said they didn't have any yogurt. They were swapping that conversation with the other hotel, Two Suites Hotel. So the lady at the desk. So her conversation matched what went on at the other hotel, Two Suites Hotel. So I got off there. Went downstairs. Breakfast was over, and stayed in the lounge. Went outside, wrote in my notebook, um, played around. I think I might got on the computer to do some homework. Then I saw his sister and them. Um, when I saw his sister and them, I went upstairs with them, talked for a minute, or I went upstairs to see what they were doing, talked for a minute, came back downstairs. They said they was gonna cook out. So we cooked out. When we cooked out, well, they cooked out. I went to the store. I put $20 in on it, which I thought was enough, because they said they were only going to buy certain little things. So I'm thinking $20 is going to buy the majority of it. They said bread, beans, and sausage, and that was it. That was supposed to be it, and turkey wings. And turkey necks or something to go in something that they wanted to cook. And so in the process that I put $20 in on that, and I paid with my card ending in 2199. And I ended up having to talk to his sister because she was like, they went and got all this stuff from the store and they thought you was paying for it. I said, no, they didn't. They didn't think that. And I'm the one that's homeless here. So they didn't think that. They went in that store and got all this stuff. They spent like $100 and some dollars in the store. Like his sister spent like 70 something or whatever in addition to my 20. So they spent like $100 in Walmart. And so I was like, no, they didn't think that at all. And it was raining that day. So come back to the hotel and the dude is still gone. He's making appearances here and there. But for the most part, I'm not with him that day. He's gone. So I'm writing in my notebook, I'm chilling, and I'm thinking about, let's just go ahead and leave from here, catch the bus, and go somewhere else. But nope, they like, you could stay for the cookout or whatever. So I met another older lady in room 128. And she said she was at an insurance job, had lost her job, and she just was very depressed about life and this, that, and that. So moving forward, still doing that. So I'm like, okay. So in the process of doing all of this other stuff, we move forward, and the lady is talking, just like having conversations. So it gets about probably 8 or 9 in the evening, somewhere in there, and we eat and we go up to room 327. So everybody is eating and having dinner and what they cooked, and which was hamburgers, beans, and hot dogs, and just barbecue food. So after that, we left the hotel. No, after that, we're at the hotel and we're eating, and I come downstairs to eat. And then they come downstairs and they bring alcohol, and then that's when the Indians came. We had seen them moving through the hotel before, and they actually showed up that night. So the night of the 18th, the Indians showed up. And so he looked like an Indian, he smelled like them, but he had more of an American tone a little bit. He was more understandable, and his accent that he was using wasn't that. It was strong, but you could still understand him. So he was out there. He had his hair like Elvis Presley. And so he was out there talking, and then he was flirting a little bit. And trying to hold my hand and stuff like that. But the girl that had this wig on was the one that was actually giving him the vibes. Like she was grabbing his penis. She was talking to him. She was acting like she was drunk. Like she was doing everything that they wanted me to do. So when he said the same thing. He was out of cigarettes. So we went to racetrack. We went to another racetrack. So we went to a racetrack. Now we must have went to a racetrack that was closer to the other Home Two Suites hotel. Now I'll get into that in a minute. So we went there. When we came back, we was all outside to about 3:30, 3 o'clock, somewhere in there. And they all got this big thing of liquor in the middle table, and they're all drinking. Even the lady in 128, they're all drinking. So then the black dude that was there before, he gets up and walks off and says he got to go. So when I seen that, I was like, okay, this is set up for you to be with him, because he just got up and left. So they done turned it. So you finna stay out here. They want you to look like you're drinking. She got the cigarettes that you're smoking. She's the age that you're going to be. And then he is going to want you to come to his room. So I'm like, okay. So I go, he says he wants to go to the store. He calls an Uber. We go back and forth with this for a long time. So he calls an Uber, and a black man comes, very neat. This man was very, very meticulous, like all the way down to the way his hair was cut. He was very meticulous. He looked like the old George Foreman, or the other man that boxed. Not George Foreman, but the other one that boxed, the dark skin one. He looked like him a little bit, and he had that little, very neat. His afro was so neat, and he had big arms, and he was in a nice Cadillac, and it was a 4-door, and it was a car, and it wasn't an SUV. So he took us to racetrack, and he brought us back. So when he went to racetrack, he had the same phone that I had. I think it was he did. I think he had an LG Stylo 6, and I seen that, and he turned on his Wi-Fi, and he went in the store, and I've seen all of that and said, weird. Not weird, but I'm saying weird, but set up. So I went in the store, and he said, get whatever you're going to get. And I said, I thought you said you need a cigarette. He didn't buy nothing either. He went, and same thing. They was dashing and buying stuff. And so I bought a fruit, grapes, and whatever for like $2.99. And then I bought a core water. And then I bought core water, grapes, and what else? About core water, grapes, and M&Ms. So we got back. When we got back to the hotel, now right before we went to the store, the lady that was pretending to be me was acting really drunk. We had walked her up to her room, and she wouldn't go to her room. And so even the lady at the hotel, that the desk that night, the lady that was there, heavy set with the low haircut with the Afghan on, she was telling us that we was doing the right thing by taking her to her room, because she was out of control. Like she was grabbing his penis. She was talking about sex and saying how horny she was. And all they needed was all this stuff to be said, so that when the rape occurred, nobody raped you. You wanted this and you forgot, because they say you have alter egos and you have different names and different profiles. So you wanted the man to have sex with you, and that's what you got, because you're a prostitute for $25 on Cash App. So she went, and she was having sex. I mean, that she was trying to have sex with him, and he didn't want to have sex with her. So they came back downstairs. We left her downstairs. Her family wouldn't come get her. So I knew then all of this is staged because nobody won't come get her. And so she just acting like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the store. So we went to the store, we came back, she was gone. We came in through the side entrance. Now hold on. Pause. The Cadillac brought us back. When the Cadillac brought us back and took us, the lady that was with Ace 2 was outside waiting on the curb there and back. So I was saying, and she disappeared. She was running like all in that. Like I seen her coming in and seen her when we were leaving, and she got ghost. So, and she was out there waiting on the curb with the same type of hair. It just wasn't nappy on the ends. It looked like it was straight, but the same all back hair. So she was a swap. So we got there back at the hotel. We came, instead of coming in through the front entrance, we came in from the side because he wanted to see was people still out there. Everybody was still out there, not even his friends. So we came in from the side. When we came in from the side, they had a message right here on the TV. So you come in Home 2 Suites Hotel on that west whatever parkway. As soon as you come in, there's 2 TVs or 3 on that wall. That TV right here said, wait till 6:00 a.m. We're going to get you. And so I went back to the room. I was used to the messages. I didn't ignore it. I was mindful of it, but I'm used to it. It was in my cognitive awareness, but I wasn't going to do anything different, meaning there was no other alternatives. And I'm always as careful as I can be, but if somebody want to do something that they don't have no business doing, I don't care where you are. I've been on MARTA bus and they done put me to sleep on MARTA before multiple times. So you go to sleep in the hospital. So it doesn't even matter. So I got to the place, and when we got to the place, went to the room, he said he was not going to try and have sex with me, that's not what he wanted, that I could put my stuff up in the room and stay there as long as I needed to until he checked out, which was going to be like in a week. And he said that he would sleep on the couch, and he was being very nice, asking me did I want all of that Indian food that had looked like it had been on the stove all day. And look, it was horrible looking. And I said, no, thank you. And he kept trying to make me eat it. And he was trying to put it in my mouth. And I was like, no. So I went and took a shower. He came in there and peed. And I said, okay, it's definitely swapping. And I told him to get out. But I didn't see anything. So I was just like, okay. So we went back to the room. I got out of the shower. I dressed in the bathroom and got out of the shower and got in the bed fully clothed. I had on the gray pants and my Jesus Spoiled Me t-shirt, or a t-shirt. I think I had the Jesus Spoiled Me t-shirt on. And I got in the bed, and I was in the bed by myself. And then he got in the bed. I was very tired, and which is why they waited to keep me up all that time, so I would be very tired. And I got in the bed and I kept saying, no, just wait, maybe tomorrow. I just kept trying to say anything to keep him from stopping. And he was trying very hard to have sex. And I just kept saying no. And he was actually like just trying really hard. And so I just kept saying no, anything to just get to the next day. And so at this point, this is when I fall asleep. And I woke back up again, and I'm literally, I'm angry in my sleep. I hear myself, cussing him out in my mind. Like I'm cussing him out. Like I'm going at it Didn't I tell your motherfucking ass? I'm going at it. And it, but my hands are defense saying what I won't say. So, and I'm back out at it again. It was like a memory. Like I was awake, or what was I awake? But I just remember fighting him. And so the next morning I woke up and looked at my finger and my whole nail was off. And I was like, oh, I'm finna tell on you. Oh, you done did too much. Nah, they put me to sleep all the time. I'm used to them putting me to sleep. But you're not gonna put me to sleep and break my nails. Like like I wasn't even thinking about the rape because I'm so used to being abused in that way that I've never woke up with any real evidence of it. Just only like them saying that. So I was just like, I don't know. Like I just woke up in a daze. And I woke up and my chest was hurting. I woke up like that. My chest was hurting. My arm was hurting a lot. My back right here. It's like I had been in a fight, a battle. And I never woke up like that before. I don't care what they did. I never woke up like that in that way. So I got up and I went um to the lobby. He wanted me to take a shower. I did that. The whole time I was in the shower, I'm thinking, what did this man do? Whole time. And so after that, I'm like, this is weird. This is really weird. And I don't know what to feel about the situation. So I get my notebook and I'm writing. And I can tell by how everybody else is acting that something has went on because everybody else is moving around me nervous. And they all see me writing in my notebook. And so they're like, we know she's writing. Let's see what she's going to write and what she's going to say. And so he went and shaved off all his facial hair. And I think he shaved off some of his hair at the top, but he shaved off all his facial hair and all of this so he could look different. And then he stayed away from me for the most part. He was like very evasive after that, very, standoffish, very nervous. All of this was his body language. And I could pinpoint really well how he was acting, that he did something. So my arm, like my back and all that, is hurting real bad. So and then I had done been in the wreck. So, I'm just feeling all kinds of ways. So I just take me something, Motrin, and I sit there. I went to go use the bathroom. I really wanted to just soak in a tub to get over it. So I went and got in the went and sat in the lobby, worked on my homework, wrote the narrative of what happened on the computer to write to agents that saw it. And then I went to write it. I printed it out. And then I went back in the lobby and sat. And then that's when, I think, was it that day that day? Let's see. So that was Sunday. I'm trying to think, was it that day that I actually, what happened that night? Let me think. So Friday, the Friday when I got there, I stayed to Saturday. Okay, so Saturday is going into Sunday. Okay, so Sunday, I'm still at the hotel. And I am not in anybody's room. I am at the hotel now that all of the plan and the operation is just about over. They done left me just like the devil. Like when the devil gets you to do something and then promise you and leave you, like the Bible say. Um, that's what happened. They were pretty much all scared out. Pew, 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 we're gone. And so I went and slept in the workout room. And then I was between the workout room, the laundry room, and outside. And I was trying to get to 4 o'clock when the bus starts running. It's time to get out of here. And so now my vagina has started hurting, and I'm starting to have symptoms like something went on, whether it was an interaction from the drug that he obviously put me under or inserted or injected or something, but something has got me not right. So I'm sitting there this whole time trying to figure it out, get to the next morning. I get me some breakfast, go ahead and get ready to leave, write in my notebook. I'm just still sluggish. And so I'm waiting to see if I'm going to see him again too, to see what his persona is. And he is avoiding me like the plague. So I get to the I get to the hotel, and I'm at the hotel, and I'm at the hotel, and when I'm at the hotel, I don't see him. The lady is a black lady that I haven't seen before at the hotel. I've seen her, but not at the hotel. She comes and she looks like, oh, who is that character she looked like from TV? Oh my God. She looks just like a cross between That's My Mama with a little shorter version and Wheezy Jefferson, a cross between those two. And she comes and she's very mean, and I don't like her voice. And that's what made her stick out to me from before. They hadn't did it any other time. So he had called to the desk to say they wanted her out of the lobby. So because now they see she's investigating and she's writing and she's starting to build stuff, get her out of there. So once they done raped you, drugged you, make receipts, get out of here. You move her out. So they had Wheezy Jefferson to come and say, we want her out of the hotel. So she acted like she was getting all the other people. No, she wasn't. All of them was agents and people in the hotel. And she went and said, what room are you in? What room are you in? And then when she got to me, she ain't asked nobody else. What happened to all other people? I thought you was asking everybody. So I told her that I was with the party in 327, which is what they said. So she went and called them and said that they said they don't know you, ain't never seen you, that she did the most and said, and was loud and said, you need to get out of the hotel. Blah, 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 blah. Get your stuff, get out the hotel. And she used those exact words, but it was close enough. And so I didn't like her attitude, because I remember the more she gave me attitude, the more I got to thinking, why you up here doing all this talking? You ain't even who you say you are. You that same lady that I cussed out because you caught me on the wrong day in California at the 99-cent store. You that same lady with that same mouth that I don't like, that was at that register at the 99-cent store in California. So while you playing, dude, I need to call somebody, because you're not even right while you up here with the wrong attitude. But I was like, no, I'm just let that slide. And she was in the old BMW that they picked me up in the other day as a lift. They were swapping cars. She was in that, the same BMW that RWN 5673 had. So I'm looking and I'm saying, she was on an old BMW or an old Mercedes. It was an old BMW. I remember her. I did not like her. I didn't like her in California. So I just let it go. So a lady that was sitting next to her, that was a scout, said, "We gonna." I was already talking to her. She was like, "We're gonna take you to get your hotel room." She was like, "I do not like how the lady did. We're gonna put you in a hotel for 2 or 3 days," she said. So they took me to the hotel, and this was on that Monday. They checked me in. Now I'm going to stay at the other hotel where they have already been to go to the other racetrack. So now I'm going back and stay in somebody else's room. So I think they took me to room 213. 232. And I need to check that again in my notebook. I don't trust my writings because they erase so much. Erase a page in a minute, and they like ain't never exist. So, but I know I was on the second floor, so they took me to the floor. Whatever floor it was, I was directly facing the pool. And when I got there, they had two young boys outside with no shirt on. And I'm so tired of them. So I got there, and then I turned on the TV, and it was Marriott, Welcome to Marriott. And it had another name on there, and it had Miami, Florida. And I said, I'm so tired of these people. This is so boring. I mean, if you're going to set somebody up, just use artificial intelligence and add a one and carry the zero. You just be doing all this stuff manually. It takes so long. You can use artificial intelligence and shorten this whole operation. What's taking you months for all these people walking around with devices and all this, you don't have to do it like that. You can do this in a week and have it all done and have all these cases done nice and neat. It's all a lie anyway. It's all going to fall apart anyway. So why just take all this time doing it is what I don't understand. Knowing that the internet is going to fall apart because the evidence that you have that they're making is always going to have a separate, the initiator is always going to be on the line first before the connection to the scout, to the it's going to be the initiator, the scout, and then me. I'm always going to be the third in. You're not going to be able to erase their two footprints off of the transaction. So with that being said, when you go to timestamp it and go all the way back and do, because anything that they put on me is that is electronic, that's where I'm going. Let's take it all the way back. Let's get the forensic data to this. So even this video, let me get the forensic data to this video, the IP address and the location, how this connection was established. Let me get all of that. And I'm going to show you where the blended connection came from. Now, understanding that, I don't really care about whatever they do electronic because I'm just so over it. But is it annoying? Yes. It's annoying to live like this. So I tell the girl at the desk that night, I keep thinking, I don't have enough evidence. I'm thinking, I know what the police gonna say. I have enough evidence. If I was regular and if I was white, I would have enough evidence to go to the police. But I'm black. And they already say I'm a prostitute. And they already say it's $25 cash out for all night. So I don't know if this is going to, if they're going to let me file a police report. Am I going to get more death threats if I file a police report? Because I know that this man ain't no regular man. That's why they don't have his name in the report at all and don't have no information about him, even though they're saying that that name on the report, I don't think that's his name. That's somebody else's name that they put there for a different reason. But regardless of the fact, because they don't have no information about him. So I'm looking at the thing like, this is like too much. So going into the report, going into the incident, I just keep thinking that they done tried it. Like, I'm used to being put to sleep. I'm used to them injecting me with different things. I'm used to being abused like this. But you you did too much. Like, I'm used to what I've been getting for 6 years. I'm used to needles. I'm used to this. I'm used to threats. I'm used to squirrels. I'm used to bad soda. I'm used to bad water. I'm used to injections. I'm used to booty injections. I'm used to all of that. But you did too much. And I don't borderline like y'all anyway. So that's how I'm feeling about the situation. And I'm laying there and I'm trying to pray it off. I'm feeling stupid. I'm feeling guilty. I'm feeling like, why not just sit on the side of the road at a store or something? Like, and I'm like, it's nowhere that you can go. Like, hospitals had stopped at this point wanting me in their lobby. Like Piedmont said in Buckhead, get out on the street, go have sex for money, do something. Like, them people shoot me off like a rat off their property. Like, get out of here. Go out there and suck cock for money like every other person we do. You are not going to be exempt. You are going to turn into a prostitute for us. Like, this is where you're going. Like, we're not going to stop. The more you try to stay in somewhere, it wasn't about being outside, being kidnapped or killed. No, we want you outside to take pictures of. Go take your ass over there and sit at that bus stop before we blow your head off. Like, that's where this is. We're not stopping. Go over there, and when you go to sleep, you're getting these cocks down your throat. Sit. I'm used to that. But he did too much. So I was thinking about it, and I was very upset. And so I just didn't know what to do. I kept praying. I went live about it. Um, and they didn't do me too bad that day. So I said, well, apparently they let me go live about it. And I talked about it. And I woke up. And I woke up with everything working. You know, my eyes wasn't burning. My legs wasn't hurting. Um, I think they poisoned the hell out of that yogurt. But other than that, they didn't. I'm quite sure I went to sleep, but they didn't. It wasn't no Weston experience. I didn't have no Comfort Inn College Park experience. So they knew that. I think sometimes they feel, I ain't gonna never say they feel guilty because they don't have no conscience. They're desensitized. Um, I don't. That's not the word. I think that somebody just advocates and say, but it ain't like she lying. She ain't lying. And so I think that person is why they didn't do the most. Because, like, on that hall, I'm quite sure I was the only one. Maybe they had another person across the hall, of course, for me to swap with. But other than that, it wasn't too many people on the hall because I didn't feel that many connections going. So it wasn't too many people. That hall wasn't packed. So I just felt like they just probably said, we done did a lot. No, I doubt it. No, I doubt it. That's not what happened. They just didn't. God just protected me, and they just didn't do that much. Um, and it's probably because it was the end of the operation, and everything had already been done. We done raped her, we done drugged her, we done put her to sleep, and ain't nothing else for we to do here. And we staged the vehicles around. We done staged the van. We done staged the all the different cars, and even including the SUV that I went over there in was a rental that they had already had. So this was they had just did everything. So I guess the man just felt like, let her go to sleep. I'll get her when she come out. And they did. So they knew, okay, she's gonna call the police. Let's get the next one going. Let's get the next phase of this going because she's gonna call. She's already told us on live that she's calling. So I told them I'm calling. So they said, all right, let's get ready. She said she's calling. So what are we gonna do? Well, when she called, let's get set up. So they got set up, and so police came. I went back to the hotel. I was on live from the time I left the hotel to the time I got into the first stage vehicle, which was a black Charger driven by a girl that had the biggest titties I've ever seen in life. They had to be a Z. And she was heavy set, and she said she lived in a motel. She said same narrative, and said that she drove to pay for her hotel, and that she was in the same Charger that the police drove. So they were in having me in the same cars for the same, and the police even let me sit up front, so it would be easier for them to swap. And so she took me to the hotel, and then at first they took me in the back seat of a real police car. So then they're swapping different things at different times. So you're actually being arrested. We're using these photos for something in the future because we're still staging murders. They told me 3. You're going to go to jail for killing 3 people that really won't be dead, but we're going to show you what we're going to do. Yes, I've been waiting. This is going on 4 years. It's been taking a long time. So boring. But they said, they told me in April of 2022 that it's 3 murders. And they're going to say that we're going to say that the devil made you do it. And so that's why they have all this witchcraft plots going on, because they said we're going to say that you were under the influence of the devil. It is so boring. Well, they said so they said so they use different parts of this scene to make future evidence of staging crimes that never were committed. So they put me in the back seat of the car. They got fine white men out there. They always tease me with that. They got fine white men out there. One tall, looked like a little bit of Hitler, but maybe on a GQ version of Hitler, maybe. Got big mustache, dark brown hair, and he also kind of looked like the one that was weird because he looks just like the one that they made in California. He looks almost just like him, but not quite as, uh, you know, mastery. He don't look like he done hung black people before, but could it be on his mind? Maybe, I don't know. But he didn't give me those vibes. The one in California, definitely they need to investigate him on the force, because he definitely came from a plantation for sure and went straight to the badge and said, I'm gonna get these niggers another way. Yep, they definitely got him in California, all the way down. Okay, so so he they put me in the back of the police car. I'm in the back of the police car, and we're going to the station. They said, we want to ask you some more questions. I know they're tricking me. I know that's not what we're doing, but I don't care. I'm tired of them bothering me. So just make your stuff, and I'm recording because I'm not arrested, and you can't make me turn my recorder off because you're not right. And what you're doing is not even legal. So, because I got raped You can ask me all the questions here. You taking me to the station because you want to make false evidence that's not real to corroborate what Snyder did in July of 2022. Because in July of 2022, Snyder came to the bus stop where I had a legal pass, and the bus runs to 12. And I have a pass, and that man arrested me and took my stuff and tore my Bible up and almost broke my arm because what they done gave me is making my legs tired. And I had to stand up. And I told him that in the car. I don't know what you did or what y'all put on me, but this junk is, my legs are hurting. And I got to stand up. Circulation, because they were going like sleep. And I stood up, and he fought, like put his whole hand inside of my clavicle bone. Like he was all the way down in here. I didn't even know somebody could do that. But that man had his hand all the way. I'm exaggerating. But he had his hand, like, I think he was reaching in for my heart. I don't know what he was doing. But and then two girls came, and they all just jumped on me, like literally. I'm exaggerating. But they came to relieve him and said, "We'll get the nigger for you. We're women. We can do it." And then they snatched my wig off, and then they put me in handcuffs. And the Lord told me, "Don't resist." He just had me very calm. And so they put my fingerprints on arrest records that were not mine. And they let out a Mexican male at the same time they let me out. And that's what they did at West Valley Detention Center in California in July, of which is why Roswell Police Department took me to jail to corroborate what they did in July. And in July was to corroborate the man that they took to jail in May of 2022, May 19th and May 26th, somewhere. They took Prince to jail in LA County. So they were, all of these jail incidences go together and are all mixed up and botched up. And all the dates of these things have been changed. They just use different clippings of each video to make a narrative that is not true. In July, they had the white lady that came in there that had been in a wreck and was under the influence. They put me, was this March or was it July? It was July. Because it was July, because I asked for Tylenol from my arm where Officer Snyder had tried to break it, and they wouldn't give me none. So then they wouldn't give me none. So then after they wouldn't give me none, then the girl, they put me in the cell with her so we could swap. She was a white girl, maybe something mixed. She had jet black hair, and it was big, and she was heavy set, and she had been in a wreck, and they were catering to her like, I don't know, like she was somebody white. And she had her leg up on the counter, and she had it was the left leg or the right leg, because whichever leg, everybody wear that boot on that leg. I think it's the right. No, she wouldn't have been able to sit on the bench on the right, because she was sitting this way towards the door. So it had to be the left. So they put the boot on the left. So she was in there with that on, and all her lips was cracked. Real. I had never seen anything like that before in my life. I was sitting there saying, "What in the world was you smoking, girl, to get your lips like that?" So then this is how I really knew that that's you, because after that, everybody started saying, "Put some lip tap on." And I was like, "My lips," but they say stuff like that. My lips ain't cracked. They don't care. They're there to read the script. So everybody kept saying that. And I was like, "My lips ain't." And I finally thought, ding, 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 you're her. So that's what that meant. So Roswell took me to the jail, and then I kept my recorder on, and Kept my recorder on, and then I went to the holding cell, and they had a boy there with short hair, the little short afro that everybody be wearing. They had him there, and he was light skinned and slim, and he was in all black, a black t-shirt and black pants. And they put both of us in interrogation rooms, and he was right here, and I was right here, and they swapped, and they called us in at the exact same time. And then they were talking to me and talking to him, and then they were talking to me about my situation, but she did not do anything that she said she was going to do. She was strictly there to get that cell phone evidence that she knew was false, and she was there to make that video impression of me sitting in that room, and of me talking about a situation that didn't happen, and they was going to use that to say she killed somebody or did something and took herself to California. And that is where we going with that. You watch and see what I'm saying. Ain't true. That's why they be telling me now to go back to California. No, all the movies that they done played was that you was here, that you was drunk, that you committed a murder, or you did something that we're going to say was a murder, and you flew your tail to California to evade us, which is why California always said, why are you here? Like slaves can't move around. I can move around the way they say I can move around, because they want to make more drug evidence. That's the only reason they let me go to California, because it's a bigger drug city than Atlanta. So you could go there because it's a lot more for us to do, but you got to bring your tail back here because your masters are here. Which is why California said when I left, and that is on record, go back to Georgia where it all started. So Roswell that was their only job. And they used the black swole lady to play me too. So they could say that all the stuff, the poisons and stuff we've been giving you makes you swell up like that. No, it doesn't. So either way, so they took me there. I recorded it, and I eventually turned it off because she said she needed the phone. They wanted me to turn that recording off. That's why she asked for the phone too, because they knew I was recording. They'd be telling them everything I'm doing. So they said she's recording y'all. So tread lightly with what y'all say, even though we can back it up and erase it, but still she's recording this situation. So we don't know who else might see this. So, but she's recording. And I was writing down in my tablet, and they asked me, what are you writing? And I said, what y'all doing? Everything. I write and record because y'all be doing the most. And I know that y'all doing something y'all had no business doing, but I want to talk. I couldn't wait to get in an interrogation room. I don't want to be in this interrogation room. I want to be in a federal interrogation room. I don't want to be in this one. I want to go with the FBI. I want them to come and question me. I want to talk to them all day. All day. I got a lot to talk about. Whole lot to say. Whole lot. We got 6 years. No, we got 20 years worth of talking to do. Turn the recorder on and bring in 50 tapes. I'm going to talk them up and bring me a Mountain Dew. And let's talk and turn on Psalms 18, Todd Delaney. And let's let it rip. Whatever comes up, it's coming out. And that lady was like, we got the wrong one. That lady really want to talk to us. They said she was scared of her. Child, please, that lady want to talk. That means we know that what she's saying is true. Especially when I start talking about the abuse and the notebooks. The lady said, you got notebooks? Yes, we got notebooks. I got 70 of over 70 and tapes and recordings. And this, not including what was stolen from me that the FBI seen that I know that they have to have because they watched it. So that lady was like, we done put our foot in the wrong thing because this lady is really, really, really wanting to talk about this. So now let's get back to the report. Where the report is wrong is first she made contact, okay, with a male that was in 327. That's not true. All right. So number 2, where it's wrong is the name. Number 3, I'm not a DoorDasher. Number 4, it's somewhere in that last body not looking at it, but just off the top of my head, it's somewhere you have to pay attention, very close attention by how they word stuff. It doesn't say that she talks it to the people in 327. It doesn't give the interview statements that she made because those were swap times. See, whatever's not there mean that everybody that you talked to was a swap. Because if not, they're supposed to be in that narrative. We talked to that, and it's supposed to be redacted, and then it's supposed to say, and she said this, that, and the other about Miss Ketchup. And then this is very important. It says, and once we talked, and once Miss Ketchup made the report, or once Miss Ketchup did this, she left the hotel. See, gotta look at that. No, negative. That no. So that has to be all stated a certain way. It's very, they do it on purpose. They take their times to see how they're gonna write these narratives so that it can be perceived a certain way. And the way that they want it perceived is you're a piece of trash and you was on this property to sell that $25 vagina of yours, and you got caught up into some mess, and now you want the police to come when really you're just a prostitute roaming around looking for men and dope to get high with. And we don't investigate stuff like that. You got to be white and have money and have some culture and value to yourselves. But we don't see any, and we close this as inactive because we closed it too because we know that what we stage in here. So because there's no way that you could tell me I am an investigator by nature and I would track this case like this. She said she was in what room? She was in 417. Is the guest checked out 417? No. All right, cool. Put an agent by that door or lock that door to make him come by that desk. When he come by that desk to get back into that room, had that agent right there to have him conversation, take him to the room over there, contact him. Let's get some bodily fluids and let's get some samples. Let me get under his fingernails. Let's see if he now took a shower. Let me get his clothes that he had on the day before. Let me get the camera footage of him coming back into the hotel with her. Let me see what I got from the perimeter of the hotel to see else was moving in unison with this Cadillac at the store and at the other racetrack over there. Let me get his cell phone record. Let me see where he been in the past couple of days, and let me see how he connected to her cell phone. Let me get his drawers. Let me get some sample of his penis hair. Let me get some samples from the hair off the top of his head. Let me see if any of this corroborate with the rape kit that they got from her. Let me get into his life and see what as his messages look like. See who he talking to on Facebook, social media, Snapchat. Let me see see if he talking to any other girls. Let me see if anything else like this. And finally, let me see where this nigga really work. If he work at any of these organizations where this girl done said, forget him, we gonna prosecute him and we gonna set her free. Period. That's the end of that investigation. And I'm an investigator and I've only been on the case 5 minutes and already done solved the crime. If that man work at MARTA, if he work at anything to deal with what this girl done said, and we know that she don't know, and the Lord done told her that, we gonna prosecute him and we gonna set this girl free. Does he work at MARTA? Does he have any affiliation with MARTA at all? Anything near a bus? Does he work at any federal agency? If he does, the case is closed. End of story. This girl is validated. You had no business being at the hotel in the room with the girl. Period. You gonna fire her. If anybody getting threw upside the road and burned and all this other stuff, it's gonna be you, because you done brought all this heat to our organization, and you know going, well, you ain't had no business being there when they done told you that this girl be casing up agents on live and she don't care. You is the one. We finna set this girl free and we finna prosecute you to the fullest. You finna go somewhere. That's how that would have been. Because it's not hard. I am an investigator, like literally. Like it is nothing you can tell me that they would not have been able to do, and this case would have been solved that fast. Give me everything that I said. Give me his phone and give me the phone that he took to that store. and let me get all the evidence of him in the store, and let me get the agents that was around, and watch all the anonymous reports that show up. Period. She's free. You're the one going to jail. Do this man work at Marta? Because his last name that he used was the same last name that was on a Marta's email. Is this man at all affiliated with Marta? And the minute they come back, yes, is he affiliated with any federal organization? Have a good night. This is a wrap. And when them police seen that on that level, which they wasn't police, when they seen that affiliation, that's why they said the case is inactive, because they're not in authority to investigate on that level, which is why I think it is dumb for federal agencies to say, call the police. No, they need an intervention federal site where you are able to go in person, and you won't see a federal agent. You're going to see a federal robot that they have made with artificial intelligence to let you see the capabilities that they have. So you will be impressed. You going in there and you think you're talking to a real person. You are not. You're talking to a federal robot named Alex. And Alex is going to take your complaint and decide at that point what the next level of it gonna be, and only you gonna know. And Alex gonna tell you, give me your phone, and he gonna give you another phone just like yours, and you gonna leave there. Alex gonna have your phone, and you gonna have his phone, and you gonna be done swapped. That's how you professionally swap IMEI numbers. And he's going to do the swap in the database, and you're going to pick up your phone before you leave there, and they're going to tell you, this is how you communicate anywhere you do online. This is the code that you put in. This is the code that you know coming from us. This is how you know where we are. This is how you know what's going on. You are not at any point allowed to tell what go on out of this office from this point on, and you sign it. If you so much as breach this contract in any way, we will bust your ass, and it's 5 years in prison. Do you got that? See, that's how I would do that. This is what you do. We're investigating the allegations that you said, which are serious, but you are not allowed to do any of these things. Period. 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 And then, yes, in a sense, the person that is of a federal nature or police nature will know that you went, but they don't know to the degree of what went on. They don't know what went on inside. And you can't stop the person from going to report just to keep an operation going. No, because there's no way that you can protect that person from the abuse of the assailant without them feeling like they have a right to come forward. I thought about that. Well, if they come forward, then the person that's watching them gonna know, and then they ain't gonna do nothing else no more. So what? You can't stop that person from coming forward. Can't stop that. That's the violation. That's the whole violation of the civil rights process right there. That right to go tell. That right, that's what the police say. If on every 911 call, if someone is threatening your life, go tell. They ain't telling the right channel, because you can't tell no police on no federal law official. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. They're watching you go there and tell. And if you do go tell, then that report, if they're going to do that, then that report must filter into the back office of a federal agency some kind of way. It has to be a corporate, an official there to receive those complaints, so that if you do go say, well, I'm going to, Clayton County and tell that they doing this, then Clayton County sheriff is obligated by law to take that complaint, and I have to forward this out, because of the case. It's not so much as that what we think that she said is true. It's the amount, according to California law, that I'm up asked to be imposed down here. California law says if you have the means if you got the authority, if you even got the intel to do what somebody said, we got to investigate it. And because agents have our little gods roaming the earth, we got to investigate it. If somebody said that she is in fear of her life because of a person on this level, we got to investigate it because of the capabilities and the authority and the know-how and the intel and all of that come along with it that this person is capable of. Not saying you did it, but you capable of it. If we sit here and say you not, then we're the ones that look retarded, because no one else in the world will say that it's retarded. Why would you're suing a bank? Is that true? Yes, she is suing a bank. Is it online? Yes. Is any record of this in a federal courthouse? Yes, it is. Does she have any proof of any of this? Yes, she does. What proof does she have? Certified mailings. I don't know what we're doing with this. This is the white man. I don't know what we're doing with this. I don't know what we're doing with this, because you can't bypass that. You once it's see, when you get down to mental health, see, that first thing they're gonna do is let's target to mental health. That's why all of these different names on these reports and numbers, all, I bet you that case number don't go just to Roswell. I bet you it don't. That case number go somewhere else. So when you write it down, it looks like you were in a wreck or accident, or you're old, like they said, because they say I'm 91 at least, and you are having sex and doing all these things. You're an old madam, and you're doing all of these different elaborate crimes, and you forgot, and you telling on yourself. That's why you have the dreams. You dreaming of things that you already did. Well, if that's true, then I don't need their assistance. I don't need them to help me. So they go and they say, this is what you did. This is what you were doing. It is not. It is not. I'm not committing any crimes whatsoever. I was abused, and I found out that I was being set up by my husband. And that led, and which is now they have made him my ex-husband, but that is the situation. That is the case. I am not doing anything wrong. It was because of my affiliation with certain people in 2004 that were on a federal level. And like I said, I didn't know that I was on a federal level, because the lady that told me about those fake ID cards told me that was state time. That's just like, it's not a crime to have them unless you take the novelty ID part off the back. So I didn't think anything of it. And I still did not do what they said. I was so compassionate, or so empathetic, or so, I had feelings and I felt bad. So I would make up names that never existed of women and make ID cards. I never used but one person's identity illegally, and her initials were KL in 2004. And I even know where I went, the three places that I went. And this person gave me that identity for $100. That's the rate back then. And that was then. And I called that girl and apologized. And that girl said on the phone, I never wanted to pursue charges on you because nothing ever came to my credit. I never got anything. I mean, I never suffered any way. So I didn't want you to be prosecuted. And I never did that anymore from 2004 to now. Now, the IDs that I did use, like Gwanda got paid $100 every time I signed her name. So when she went to Aiken in 2004, and the law actually had her prosecute me and gave me 30 days. Are you serious for a bad check that I wrote in her name? Are you serious, girl? You got paid for that and you brought your edges down here to South Carolina? And Sanch Gwanda went down there and see, that's what people don't know. Gwanda dirty, but I don't care. I don't have any emotions about it because Gwanda is just, she's grimy and she will do any possible thing for $200. She is cheap labor for them. So I don't care. She will do anything for bingo money. Anything. Anything. You give her $500, you give her $1,000. She will wipe off the whole side of the road. What do you want me to do? Just drive and hit everybody? Just hit everybody on this side of the road, and then we got it from there. All right, cool. Put the money in getting up my chime. That's her. So I didn't care, but for her to do that, girl, you got $100 for each one of those checks that I came and got from you. $100, and you're gonna go down there. But it didn't even matter because her checks only went to places for rent and they didn't even go to a furniture store because it wouldn't match my name. So her check only went to like one place or a couple of places. So because they were bad. They were not like they're gonna pass check systems. Like not like you got no hella bread here. You only got something that'll go to a rent office. That's it. You can't do nothing else with that. So you go down here and you press charges, really? But it was okay. Then it was another girl. Then it was another. It was 4 people in my whole life. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. I'm not no serial person that's out here getting IDs and racking up. They got the wrong profile. Now, I'm not trying to throw my sister under the bus, but at the same time, she is out here traveling with a phone trying to be me. So at the same time, that's her MO. They done put us together. We not together. We not together. We don't even roll from the same cloth. I don't have that mentality to be in there just scamming and think. And that junk is so weird, and God will get you for that. Like, I don't have that in me because them people gonna need their credit one day. Just like it's a headache for me to keep pulling mine and see that these people be on there done put real stuff and I can't even take it off. And I'm really me. So I'm not going to do that to somebody else. I don't have that mentality. But do I care about what they be doing? No. I wish they get a better program. I wish they get artificial intelligence to do it so they could do it right and do it quick and we can get this over with because I'm sick of it. It done took them 20 years and you don't have a case or handcuffs yet. What is going on? Then every time I say, well, apparently they not trying to do nothing to me. Not true. Not true. Not true. Not when I look at that stupid phone sitting right here every day and I go to sleep and it's one phone. I wake up, it's another phone. And I know it because the notifications are not the same. I can wake up at this. I open my eyes at 9 o'clock. I got 4 notifications. It might be Gwanda. It might be an email. It might be a staged text message, and it might be a missed call. All of them are staged. All of them go to a different device, but they're going to be on there as notifications when you slide down your bar. Go back to sleep, wake up at 1, 8 notifications. They all, well, what happened to the 4? They're not even there no more. You never seen them. They play games like that. So I'm sick of it. So back to this report. The report, you, as I told the lady when I was in the office, ma'am, you cannot stop these people from using whatever they feel that they have collected against you in a court of law. If they feel like, Crystal is turned to the right at that angle, we needed her to be turned for a right in this bank robbery that we was staging in the car where she's receiving the money. Great, that's great. Good, Agent Troy. Got it. High five. Send me that. Do that clip for me. You can't stop that. You cannot stop that. What has to stop that, or what should have stopped that, what should never have stopped that started, was a law. But if they don't recognize the law, hello, ding, 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 there's a phrase that says you cannot hunt people 12 or more. You cannot put people falsely in prison for crimes. You cannot make false evidence. You cannot do that. You cannot willfully make false reports. You cannot tell lies. If they don't bypass all of them, it's nothing you can do. You can't stop a person from taking them. Then people take my lives every day. This one right here is so slow right now on this phone. You cannot take them and say, you cannot take that video that she just made and make her talk to little boys and girls with their penises and vaginas out. You can't say we took that video of her talking and her face and put it up. You can't stop them from doing that. So when I went in the back seat of that police car, I'm telling her, man, they're finna take this and have a complete ball. They gonna send me a slam dunk text, because they do. When they feel like they done made the most, I be laughing. We have a relationship. They sent me one the other day, slam dunk. You don't have a slam dunk, honey. You're still on the phone. When you figure out how you gonna get past that network, holler at me. You don't have anything, because I'm going to tear you up on that network. I'm going to put yourself on that network every single time. And as long as I can do that, I will win. I don't care what you do and what you got. And I'm telling them up front, they try to act like something is wrong with your mind. That's the only way that the government going to play. Every person, you ain't seen not one black person yet that done sued the federal government for anything, and walked, number 2 lived to talk about it, and number 3 got no money from them. None. You ain't seen. I'll be the first one. I will be the first one. You ain't seen when they say, oh, they say, look and say, oh, well, it has to be crazy. Why? No, what's crazy is that no black person has ever sued any federal organization. That's what's crazy. That's crazy. That means that something really is going on. It does not mean that they really do what everybody see. This is where there's a conflict, and where my book they want me to write. They don't really want me to write a book. They want me to write one, but they don't want me to write about this. If you really look at it, and they say, everybody in this whole world say that our government is crooked in some way. Everybody say that. White, black, whoever. They all say it. Oh, our government, well, they crooked. They do this, they'll do that. They do this, they'll do that. So why, when you say, I'm suing this branch of the federal government, I'm not suing the government. I'm suing this party that is working for the government under color of law, because you use the government's name to do something to me because you knew that under the government's name you had power, and you knew that that power and authority would cause me mental anguish and pain. So why am I crazy? No, you're crazy because I should know who you are. See? And when you get to saying, well, she's crazy, not when she have names, not when you have tags, because I should know who you are because you're under this branch of authority and power. So you abuse this girl in some kind of way. Do we know about it? Yes. Them people know. And that girl is on there talking about them squirrels and that gas. That girl's not lying. When they heard gas, when that white man heard, did she talk about the gas? She talked about the gas, child. She said them people be gassing her. She not lying. Because nobody else in this whole world is going to know that them people will put your ass to sleep. You going to night surgery. That's why they be talking about Michael Jackson all the time. You going under. When you wake up feeling like, did I? Did I? They don't got you. You getting gas for talking too much. You going to sleep. Just as soon as you wait and you doze off, we might help you doze off. Wait till she order Uber Eats again. We're gonna show you about talking today. You taste it. Right on to sleep. We told you we gonna get you about your mouth. Keep talking. Keep talking, Crystal. I know it. I know it. Abuse. Abuse. And they don't even care. And they be sitting up there saying, we gonna get your ass. I don't care. I don't care. That's what the abuse is. Right there. The abuse. That right there that you see, that inappropriate dialogue, that's abuse. That's a person that has been abused so much that they laugh when really in the inside, I'm not laughing at all. I think it's crazy that we're slaves, that they made me a straight slave. They don't even answer me because I'm black. They don't even answer me. I don't care nothing about what they swear they out there working on. You ain't working on nothing to help me. You ain't helping me. Not when I get still get injected. Not when I have to be cautious about catching a MARTA bus. Not when I can't work. Not when I can't get no bank account. Not when I don't see it. No, I don't. Nope, I don't. I don't. I don't. And I sit here and they don't answer me because I'm black. That's the only reason. They're so hypocritical for that. And I don't care. Like I get every day one or two threats: death, no legs, or you going to the jail. Well, then I'm not finished. Then what I'm not gonna do is sit up here and just keep letting y'all just do whatever y'all want to do. Then at least somebody gonna know what happened to me. Then at least I'm gonna keep talking to y'all. And they be like, nobody hear you. They hear me. You hear everything I say because you make something new from everything that I say. So I don't care if nobody hear me. The law hear me. That's all I need. I talk to them. Been talking to them for the last since 2020 when we used to talk in the truck. They used to talk back. They used to talk back, like right back, like chime in on my conversation. And I knew when I said the wrong thing because you getting a ding, a caution. I can't stand it. They get on my nerves. They do stuff and then send me a sign about what they did. They don't acknowledge it. We're not going to apologize. Trying to get on my nerves. That get on my nerves so bad what they do. And they don't even acknowledge it. And they go home They go home to really, 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 really nice houses and got kids and be up there to my, hey, I've been working all day. You have not. You've been shopping and putting Black people in jail for murder and crimes that they did not commit, and killing off Black people and making them have bad days. You go home to the big old nice houses and be talking about, I've been at work. They don't work. And they tear people's lives apart and they want to bluff me into being. I am the worst case of Sarah Parks that you ever want to meet. And is it Sarah Parks? Rosa Parks. I'm not going to be quiet while somebody is sitting here planning all of this stuff. What are you being quiet for? I mean, right, every day. Every day. Let me tell you, I'm killing you. That's just so wrong to have a position and they think that them people is incapable of doing stuff. Now, on the other hand, the only way that the law will listen to me, they gotta see this from a white perspective. They gotta see a white lady in a different position from me, but needing the same help. And that's why God allowed me to have the wisdom to paint it for him. If a white lady that is rich, and you can't tell me that this do not exist, and she want to get away from him, she is tired of him. He cheat all the time. He got money and he got power and he got too much intel on that computer, and she is tracked everywhere she go, and she don't want him, and she got kids, and he done cheated and he doing all kind of stuff, and she ain't got nobody to tell. That man know what she gonna do. That man know what she gonna do before she get up the next day, and he done already put a trap and a set around it, and he done took time and put all her family against her, all of them. He done put strategic traps all around. She in a net and don't even know it. And right when she get ready, I'm finna leave the kids. I'm tired of you. He gonna pull it, and that net gonna come up, and that's it. That's it. She in it. Socially, emotionally, financially, physically, judicially trapped. That's what the number 5 means. Emotionally, financially, um, what I say, emotionally, financially, physically, and judicially, and probably I just forgot one, medically. No, it's emotionally, physically, financially, judicially. I forgot that one. Medically, but you gonna have no way outside of him. No way. No way. Not one way you can tell me. I won't. If they can tell me a way that you could go around the Fed, then I'll drop my case. I won't say nothing else. I'll take all my lies down. Give me one way you could go around a federal agent when they the guy in front of you and finna block you in. You can't get around them no kind of way. No kind of way at all. Because everything that they start to control you with is Google. Google is Google Traps. Can't get around them at all. If I want to order a lift, it's gonna be them. If you gonna go somewhere, it's gonna be them. They know everywhere you're gonna be. They start to think about it. What she like to do, what she don't like to do, who she like to talk to. All and then AI is gonna be all of those people. And you're gonna be in a trap. That lady might think she talking to mom. You ain't talking to your mom, you talking to AI. You might think you're doing this. You're not doing that. You're talking to artificial intelligence. And the only way that they would make laws is if I had to paint the scenario for them using a white lady, because they don't defend nothing black. But if you white, then they will go to the bat and they will think about it and think of them fine agents, them real fine ones. I'm talking about the ones that, woo, that came to um, um, Greenleaf with that Rolex watch on. I looked at the watch and he had done forgot. See, they be so smart till they forget. You had a mental place with a Rolex on, sir, with those expensive brown shoes on. None of that is logical. And you're pretending to be a maintenance man. Have a good day. Have a good day, sir. You done messed up. And I would look, and that man was soft. He looked like Superman, like tall, slim, had them pants on with that expensive watch. Did you? With that little hair behind it. Cheat all day long and go home like they ain't did nothing wrong. And them women be looking like, I don't want him no more. I want my life. And they be miserable. Cannot get out. You cannot get out at all. Cannot get out. Until he decides to kill you off. Because once he really figure out that you don't want him no more and his life is never going to be happy, he's not going to let you take them 3 kids. And he's not going to let you get no child support. And he's not going to let you move on. Because his ego is too big for that. So, sorry. Only thing place left for you to go. That's it. He's not going to let her go. He's not. And it is women living like that. And that's why I created SOAR, Survivors of Agent Retaliation. It's nowhere for them to go. I think that every federal agent need to report their spouses, and that their spouses have to meet in order to get married. They have to go through their survivors abuse class in order for them to get married. They got to attend it. They got to, because it's like you got to know a safety net. This is the number for you only to call if you need to get out of this situation. And that's what I wanted to create, a system in place for agents like myself that were involved in a domestic environment. And I'm not an agent, but I'm a survivor of being married to one, and abuse that you go through mentally, because all of them won't physically touch you. They have ways of touching you that you don't want to ever be touched. Catch up with ignore me for days, act like I didn't exist. They can turn into emotional monsters. Like you cannot, they don't ever have to physically put their hands on you. They can use that phone to beat the hell out of you. You will wish they touched you. You wish they cheated. You wish they slapped you around. Use that phone, aggravate you so damn bad your hair come out. They will aggravate. They have the means to do it. They have the intel to do it, and they have the authority to do it. It's not legal, but they do it. And you cannot get away from them at all. At all. They are there 24/7, 365 days out of every single year. They don't even take holiday breaks. They do not even, holidays is more because they're at home. So they do more. So you just get abused every day of your life. And they tell you the same thing over and over again until it gets embedded into your brain. I can't tell you how many squirrels I've seen, how many dead bugs. They used to put them in the truck. They used to put me to sleep so bad in that truck. It didn't make no sense. You going to sleep. You going to sleep. And they do all of this stuff to play with your health, kidneys, organs, all of it. You just gonna keep getting different poisons. It's a poison for your legs. It's a poison for your heart. It's a kidney rinse. They got an eye gas or an injection. They got mental health medication. They got one for everything that they want to do, and they do it all to make it look coincidental and natural. And then they use people to filter that evidence so that it makes it look real. So if a lot of people around you say it, then you're the one that's retarded. So everybody says, "Oh, she says stuff and forgets it." So then we use that, and then we use a lot of people say she's old, and then let's sit around a lot of liquor bottles. Let's do a lot of cigarettes. Let's get a lot of balls in the picture and a lot of vaginas, nasty, grimy people. Let's get that, and let's get make it all look grungy and look like really just like streetish, like you just really a piece of shit. They can really do that on paper and make you look like you are worth $2 in pennies, not even two cash dollars. You worth $2 in pennies, and not even the pennies that people have in their ashtray. The pennies that get stuck to the bottom of houses, like with all the rust on them. That's what they did to my life. It made me worth $2 in rusty pennies. He took my life. And he made it rusty pennies. And he just do whatever he want to do with it. And if I wake up and say, I'm going to pray and I'm going to turn on my music, I'm going to have a great day, and I'm not going to talk about it, and I'm just going to trust the Lord, he do not like that at all. He gets mad. He gets really mad. He gets really mad. I'll get the worst death threats about being happy than I would talking on live. You cannot please him at all. Nothing I can possibly do pleases him. Nothing. Not one thing. Not one thing I can think of. If I get dressed and I go out, he's going to be mad. If I stay home in this bed and sleep all day, he will wake me up. If I pray and write, he's going to get mad. He wants me to be miserable all day. Just be miserable all day. All day. And just think about me and think about all the ways that I'm going to make your life completely miserable. And nobody don't make him stop. And they say, we in a world where we free. White people, white people, So I'm in this room and I don't have a car. And I've been thinking about what I could do. And the Lord told me to sit still before Him. And He was showing me what sitting still means, because I want to go do stuff. And God is like, no, because I'm protecting you from the things you don't want to experience. And if you go out there and you try to work and you're just going to keep getting sabotaged. And I see that. So I'm protecting you by having you in a place, and all you have to do is keep your mind stayed on me, and I'll keep you in perfect peace. And I want to do that, but I ask myself every day, when are you going to get to live? And when are you going to get to enjoy your life? And whenever he sees me wanting to do that or even making plans, he gets mad. And if I leave here and go somewhere else, he's only going to follow me. He'll be there before I get there. If I was to say, I want to go to Maine, he'll Google map me there. He'll make sure I get there safe and sound, other than being put to sleep on the road. I'm precious cargo to him. He definitely keeps me safe. For his own pleasure. Definitely, definitely keeps me safe. Go. I will guide you all the way there, and I will make sure that I see him the whole time. And then I'll get put to sleep along the way. And then once I get there, he'll woo me with suggestions, because I'll go into exactly where he wants me to go. And so he knows things I like. So he'll say, I'm going to take her to this part, a busy part. And I can get set up right there. And I'll put jobs, I'll put everything right there to keep her in this little area so she doesn't get all out. I'll establish a perimeter of about 3,000 square feet, somewhere in there. Get a good set in a glass box. And it'll be your grocery store, your bank, your job, based on something you like to do. And then he'll start to woo me with scouts that'll come up to me to kind of steer me in the direction he wants me to go. They might invite you to their house. They might tell you about a job. They might invite me to a show. It's always going to be a man. And then if it's a woman, she's going to be like older. Depends on what he's trying to do. If he's really trying to get me to trust him, he's going to send like an older woman, like 50 something. And so you go just do whatever he wants you to do. And then they'll always take you to the next part of the plot. So if you go with the woman, she might say, you could stay at my house for a couple of days. And then you stay there and you play. And then once you stay there, then you go and um, you get dropped off into the next part of the plot. And she might take you back to where she got you from, or she might take you to somewhere else, but she's taking you to your next connection. And then she might tell you about a job. That means that's what he wants you to work. That's what he set up for you to work. It's going to be very easy for you to get the job. If you get the job, he might just get you to apply and then turn you down, like he did at Walmart in February of 2021. He only wanted me to reapply so he can establish me back at Walmart, but I didn't get the job at Walmart. He made me fail the cognitive exam so he could say that I was retarded. And so you don't get the job. But he had scouts and Walmart to woo me to the application to say, we really need some people. You can start tomorrow. So I was excited and I went to apply. And he was like, no, I've applied at McDonald's and he was in the parking lot too. I was like, no, you're not getting the job here. I just want you to apply. And once you apply, then he's going to establish people to work there because you applied. He used you to apply, but you're not getting the job. Somebody else is going to go work, and they're going to make the money on the card that's linked to you. So when you go to jail, and say you're retarded and you're old and you forgot. He's just going to keep doing that until he just get a lot of it, so much of it that it's just impossible for you to just. If you just tell somebody, I did not do that, they're going to look at you and say, give her a shot. Get her out of my face. And then he'll be the judge and he'll have all of his agents as the jurors. And then when you get quiet and he feel like you have absolutely nothing else to give, no other possible good idea can come from that brain of yours, then I will leave you alone. It has to be, he has to see no more life that he could benefit from at all. It has to be every possible green idea that he feel like he can be God over. Because any good idea he have, I have. He say it's not yours. I gave you that. Or he'll say, you got that from somebody else, and he'll play that same commercial later tonight. If I was to say, okay, I thought about Amazon, and Amazon is going to do this in the future, he will play an Amazon commercial and play that exact same thing, and then say that and backdate it, say you got it from there, and said it was God. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. And if I say, uh, God told me this, now he's going to send somebody to counteract it or say you took that out of context. That's his favorite thing to say. That I take the whole Bible out of context and it's not real. That's his favorite thing to say. I'm just tired of him. Am I depressed? No, no. Sometimes I like to aggravate him as much as he like to aggravate me. And talking aggravates him because he not used to nobody talk. He's not used to it. People don't talk back to him. They usually, when he threatens their life, they usually get scared of him. But I'm just tired of him. I'm just tired of him. The fact that he actually poisons me almost every day. Almost every day. Almost every single day. If not every day. Does somebody say that you're free? The Constitution. What Constitution? I know this man. He done been my master so long. I know him. I won't even look at the TV because I know that he'll put something on it. There's the postman. That they're probably bringing my packages, giving them to somebody else. I ordered from Amazon for the first time in like years. I'm not an Amazon shopper. And I wanted lace glue, but they gave me the same lace glue in the same package that they gave the other girl that stayed here. I just have to play games with him. And then if he get caught, he gets mad. So I just have to act like I don't see him. But really, he only can blame himself. I've been a slave for 24 years. So he gets mad. Can't get mad at me. This is why agents shouldn't be allowed to keep cases that long, even though I wasn't on the books. See, that's what people don't know. This wasn't on the books. This is a back house operation. And when they knew in 2020 that they were caught, they came to me. I'm telling you, it's a real conversation in November of 2020. They came to me and told me, we're going to turn everything that you said around. Give me a little bit of time. And that's why it's been another 4 years. They've been busy turning every accusation around. Everything. Everything. And because used to call him a faggot, he got pissed. And that's where all of that came from. Plus, he's threatened to inject me with AIDS for the longest. So AIDS would help. If I got enough of making you look like a faggot and sleeping with prostitutes and being a man and all that, then it'll make it look like AIDS came easy. And plus, that's why he wanted me to come to Atlanta, because black people have it down here more than any other race. And that's why he wanted me to come to Atlanta. This is easy for me. It's the best of everything. You're riddled with all of my treats: AIDS, mental health, physical health, poverty, drugs, drug, dope, prostitution, all of it. So he wanted me to come to Atlanta instead of you being up there in South Carolina. Oh no, he couldn't do that in South Carolina. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. South Carolina don't work that way. Number one, they don't believe in they black people hanging out on the street. That's number one. Number two, you gonna work up there. Number three, they city too clean for that. They don't play that. They got masses and they races up there too, but they don't play that. They don't play that. They don't play that at all. What Georgia got going on down here, I will give South Carolina that hands down. I will give it to them hands down. They don't play that mess up there. You getting out of prison up there with a job. You're not gonna go up there and use them white people system all day long. That's why I be telling y'all all day long. Y'all Democrats down here in Georgia, a blue state, done got comfortable when the Republicans take over y'all ass. Y'all keep sitting down here with them wigs singing happy and turning on all this rap music and walking around with all these nails and these toes like y'all done got it all together. It's gonna be a rude awakening because they don't play that. South Carolina got their stuff together. I respect that about them. When you even getting out of prison, you're not even finna go to the door unless the people know that you situated and can take care of yourself. You're not finna ride they system all day long and think you finna stay home and get welfare checks and eat cake and look at Love and Hip Hop Atlanta all day long. Well, where you finna do that? And these white people finna take care of you and work harder. Not over there. They let them do that junk down here in Atlanta, and look what they got with all the black people in positions, showing you that the black people are really not in positions down here. That's an illusion to get more black people here because it's a slavery state. So an illusion, a trap. Everybody, oh, Atlanta free. Atlanta, you can do that. Atlanta is a trap. All these black people in positions and still ain't went nowhere. They still ain't got nothing accomplished. Not one thing. Not one. You can't tell me not one thing all these black people in positions done accomplished. Nothing. We still got mental health. We still got AIDS running through the community. We still got the large number of people in prisons. We still got our youth not being educated. We still got poverty and no wealth management in schools. We still ain't got no home buying programs. We still don't have equal pay in jobs. Try to go somewhere and sit down somewhere. They just up there for show. That's it. That's it. To get more niggas here. So if we know that they ain't here, they ain't populating everywhere else, bring them right here to Georgia and drop them off. This is the new slave operation. Put your electronic noose on. Activate it with that cell phone. Run you around in a new electronic circle and swear you free. You ain't free to do nothing. She must came here and picked up my package. That's my twin outside. So no, you don't get to do nothing. Have I been supposed to went to a federal court and won? Yes. Sure, please. What I could do with this cell phone, what I got and equipped me to have that type of intel, sure, please. Nope, they use that too. Oh, she's smart with a phone. Use it. Just keep doing one thing after the other. One thing after the other. One thing after the other. Till we turn it off. And she slammed that down one more time. Then to having her get dressed later. She must be going out being me with business. She looked nice today. They gave him a new truck. Um, but no, I don't care about that. I don't care about the people shopping. I don't care about um I don't care about them shopping. I don't care about the cars they put outside. I don't care about none of that stuff. I want them to finish whatever they doing. They should have a date. They set dates on when they be all wrapped up. The only thing that I pray for is my health because they poison me every day. They poison my heart, my liver, my gallbladder, my eyes, my legs, my arms. And they tell me they're gonna put me in a wheelchair every day. And I'd be like, well, if you do that and then say I'm old, people are more inclined, even with all of your federal agents as my jury and a federal agent as a judge, still more inclined not to put me in a prison because I'll be more of a liability to the state. So I think that's a good idea, guys. But slavery doesn't make sense. This makes sense to him, believe it or not. Have all of these people in all of these different positions, and he's paying out all of this money to make it work. This makes sense to him. It makes sense. And he's not going to get one dime in restitution. He's not going to get one dime of prison time. He's not going to, I'm not going to die. So, and he knows all of this. And his ego is just that big. He just don't care. Slavery makes no sense to nobody. They have to have been clear over $1 billion in this to have all of these different houses set up, to have all these different cars, to have all these different jobs, to have all these different banks, to pay all these banks is not no $20-$40 paying people. These banks is moving cards through FedEx. That's not cheap. That ain't cheap. Because ain't nobody black doing that. You might get to take the card, but you're not black getting to call those shots with that. You're white and above. So that's a whole different pay grade. And you got a lot of those. That's when threats come. Black people moving around in Riverdale at Walmart. Might get a little gunshot threat here or there. But you get to talking about them banks and them debit cards, you're going to get a whole different level of terroristic threats. It's the squirrels and the TV and all that. All that is when that's going to come. You don't get that at Walmart. At, you might get Terminex or some spray. But you get the fooling around with them debit cards at that bank. TV, TV, phone, YouTube, email, Clayton County. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a little couple of black guys Everybody threats differently. Clayton County Police, a couple of black guys, little guns, pistols on their waist. Nothing major. Banks, TVs, emails. Just sit here all day and be set up. Write down what any new symptoms I feel. Today I feel like pain all in my, like around in my waist. I have new poisons that they introduced. So I have the kidney rinse, I have the legs, whatever it is, it goes straight to your legs and make them feel cold. It used to happen in the weed. That's why I stopped smoking weed. Um, they use mental health medication too. They got memory gas, memory drugs. They gave me that back in September of last year. And I was like, I just seem like I keep forgetting something. They be playing. See, he figured if I target her short-term memory, then it will eventually not have long-term memory. I ain't forgetting nothing about him, honey. God done anointed my brain. I ain't forgetting nothing about this man. Nothing. Not one thing. Nothing. I will never forget him in my whole life. Ever. 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 Every time I see him and everything he did and everybody, I will never forget him. Ever. And there was nobody I could tell. That should be the name of one of my books. Tell no one. No, and she could tell no one. I like to say she because he said I talk about myself in third person. Only because he do. He done got caught so many times that he don't even care. The more he get caught, the more he do. But I had a message today. I'm not sad about it because I know that God is with me. I just want him to stop poisoning me. So I thought, okay, well, in order to do that, then you gotta eat differently. You gotta eat like out. Gotta, I can't plan ahead anything. Because if he thinks, okay, she's going to the store to get this, he's going to target that whole shelf. And when she leaves, he'll change it all out. He does that. He does that. He knows she's going to, I have to eat. I'd be better off to eat at a live buffet. I could do that. But, just eating, ordering Uber Eats, he gonna tear that junk up every time. Every single time. Take needle and just put it all over the food. And niggers drop it off. Won't be nobody white bringing that. Nope. They not on. Maybe one. The white lady that came. They not gonna get involved. Not paying white people enough to drop that off. Let some niggers do it. Go drop it off. Kill off your own kind. White people not gonna do that. First of all, they're not going to be over here door dashing in no black people neighborhood in the evening at no time. So that's number one. So, but you get different types of poisons. If you want you to be home all day, then you're gonna get probably some mental health medication to make you sleep. And then if he wants you to go out, he don't really want me going out. He don't like it when I go out. If he do, he aggravates me. So I hurry up and want to come back in. He don't really like me out because he don't like too many people seeing me. Because too many people have to follow me around, and he don't know who else might be following me around and why. And then he don't want to risk somebody actually liking me or saying something that can conflict. So he don't like me going out. So he likes me to stay in the house. Stay in, can eat. I want to get you fat, inject you a little bit so you keep eating. Because that's another some of his medications do too. I noticed that when I got here, my appetite picked up. And it wasn't before. When I'm out of this house, I'm not hungry. So we eat a little bit more, get you fat so you can fit some of these profiles that I've made, get you all fattened up when you're not exercising, play with your kidneys a little bit, play with your gallbladder, play with your heart, play with your eyes, play with your brain, play with your organs, play with your legs, play with your toes, play with your hands, play with your arms. He just like to play. He's just like a rich, bad, a mega rich, bad home alone kid that grew up but did not grow up in the mind at all, but just grew up in body. And he's just a mega rich, bad home alone kid. Like I'm ignoring him, keep playing on this phone while I'm talking. This phone is just over here going crazy because while I'm just looking up here at the sky at the Lord, they is out shopping and playing on the phone and using my face. And he's just over here just playing his tail off. But that's what he does. He's just a bad, mega rich kid in a grown person's body. And he just got too much money and niggers are at his disposal. He don't care nothing about it. And he don't have no conscience at all. He got too much money. He done seen too much and he's desensitized. And then too, because he's at a stage of moral and social development decline, uh, a failed stage of moral and social development. He's not, he's not wrapped too tight. No, he's not wrapped too tight at all. So tired of him on this phone. It's so hot. So surprised he hadn't called 1,000 times. 'Cause normally he does while I'm talking. I don't have my video on here. And that would be about the size of it. And now here it is. Did he call today? Yep. You just play one game after the other. Just keep playing games. Keep playing games. Keep sitting here and letting other people move around me, setting me up for crimes that I'm not committing. Stay in the house. Keep getting drugged. Keep getting your food poisoned. And it's all gonna come together. That's his plan. That is his plan. Like, seriously. Stay in the house. No walking, no exercising. If you go outside and walk, I'm gonna run you over. He keeps saying that because he don't want me to walk. When really, he's not gonna run me over. But he says stuff enough that to get in your head so you're thinking and you won't do it. I'm not afraid of him. I'll go out there and walk if I want to. It's just been hot, but on days like this, it's cooling off. I need the exercise because exercise will actually flush his toxins out of my body. And so that's another reason why in some of the food is poisons to make me tired, to make me sleepy. So you're not motivated to exercise because exercise, that's why exercise is so good for your body. It doesn't just create good endorphins. The Lord, Holy Spirit, showed me that it flushes your toxins. So even sometimes the Lord will say, just get up and shout. That's still moving around, getting your body up. 30 minutes of that praise is still good for your body to flush those toxins out because they're definitely putting toxins in that food to do all of the things that I said so that he can have a profile that is created to present this person that does not exist. He's having to make all of this. So I have to make the illness. I have to make the crime. I have to do all of this stuff. He has to physically have a manufacturing camp to make this true. So I know if it's too hot, she ain't gonna walk. And then I'm gonna put her in a place where ain't that much healthy stuff, and I'm gonna do so much in Kroger that she ain't gonna want to go there. So he knows me. He know me. I'm gonna keep using Kroger. She ain't gonna want to go there. So don't. People will say, why don't you just walk up to Kroger and get your own food? He shuts do so much stuff in Kroger. I hate it. And Kroger evil. They more evil than Walmart. Kroger is evil. Whoever run Kroger, they friends. They think just alike. They evil. They poisoned all them bananas that time. Kroger evil. And they had a little boy set up. They put that burn up lady at the counter. They put they use income. They use Kroger's a jackpot. They say I steal out of there. Um, I hate Kroger. I hate going in there. I want to go down there right now and get me some. I ain't going to Kroger. I'll go to Walmart and play with them agents over there. I ain't going to Kroger. Kroger is evil. I say evil store. They evil. Real evil. I hate it. I will not go in there. I tried my best not to go in there. I can't even say I won't and it's unnecessary, but I will try my best not to go in Kroger. But I don't. You would think I have to find somewhere for me to eat, and just because you go in person and get the food, don't mean you getting good food. Go in person. I can go to Popeyes and you still getting poisoned. Popeyes know when I'm on the way. Only thing I might can get that is I will have to literally go out every day to get food. I can't get anything ordered. And I know they put poison. So like today, my side is hurting, but it's also like right in my kidney area. They say I be up all night doing drugs in the room and drinking alcohol and all that. So they keep making the evidence, and then people just swap, come in and swap and do the same thing. You know, somebody come in with a black bag with alcohol in it, then they gonna send the same black bag at Sonny's Barbecue or this at another restaurant. So it looks like you bringing in alcohol. They used to wrap the food in the brown bag. You getting alcohol. Somebody else getting alcohol. You getting food. They putting the alcohol in the same bag. So they're making you do stuff you're not doing. Making you be on drugs, put fentanyl in the food, doing all kinds of stuff. Just making concoctions to play with my body. I'm just tired of it. One thing I have confidence in and know is that when it's my time to leave this world, ain't nothing he can do about it. God is, whenever God says okay, then God said okay. He can say it all he wants to. But when God say okay, if God ever say okay, then I know it's when God coming back. But if he was to ask I kill her and God was to say yes, so I'll be going with the Lord. Won't be down here on your phone anymore. That's a win. I will not be sad about that at all. You mean a free vacation with the Lord? The Lord is in control of my life. I just tell myself every day, if the world that we live in let them do this to me in Georgia, then everybody is a hypocrite. And I'm fine with that. Then everybody around here is a hypocrite. And nobody can say nothing to me, especially these black agents. Apparently, they know more than me because they don't have nothing going on in banking and around here, and where it's more black agents than anywhere else in the United States, right here in Atlanta, and they ain't got nothing going on. So apparently, they know way more than I do. And apparently, the world is really not like what we think because these black agents ain't got no bank yet. So apparently, they know something. So, not one, not one. So, yeah, that gives me great confidence. I feel very good to say that. Oh, so if they doing all this, that mean everybody know we not free. Okay, cool, great. Maybe like we gonna kill you. Oh, that mean everybody know. Okay, all right. Oh, okay. Everybody knows. Oh, so this what everybody do. Okay, okay. All right. So it ain't quiet no more. All right. Slavery's back. All right. Woohoo. Bring out the 40s. So I woke up today about God gave me a message. I woke up today about let's say 12. God gave me a message today. Let's see if I want to go to the post office. I should just catch the bus. I'll go to the post office and catch the bus back. If I walk, let's see. It's about 2 miles, I think, 3. No, it's like 1.5 miles. So why does an Uber cost that much? I could walk in 40 minutes. Yeah, I thought it was easy. Yeah, because if I go here this street and turn right, or if I get the ride to the library, I could walk around the corner and be there. Or should I even go today? Because he waiting on me to go to that post office. I got my stuff delivered too. He got me set up to go to the post office 3 days in a row. And all those packages are supposed to be here on the same day, except for one. He got me going every day. I'm not going every day though. I'm not gonna play with him every day and let him make receipts. And he probably got catch up Wanda and Vonna, everybody going to the post office today. I'm not gonna do all that swapping. But God is good, and I thank Him. I hate leaving this house too because leaving the house, I just don't ever trust my room because I know what he does, I know what he's capable of. I just don't want all them nasty people in my bed. Go in there, lay in her bed, and take your balls out. Lay on her bed, take your balls out, and masturbate for me. All these black people under his control is just. Whew. Plantation Riverdale. All right, let me get my bed and stuff together. Okay.